Hello there, this is Yogi, and today we continue talking about the pitfalls we run into when we want to have hard conversations. And the second pitfall is we think it will be easier in the future. Hard conversations seem hard right now, uncomfortable right now, but somehow there's an intuition or we fall into this trap that in the future something somehow will be better and easier. We cover this by giving some examples of what, like how this happens, why we tend to do this, the price we pay, and some lessons we can take home. Why we do this? Actually, first of all, like what? It's like when we don't have hard conversation that need to be had, we are like ostrich shoving its head in the sand and avoiding the predator. The story is not true, it's a myth, but it looks like that. We are avoiding looking into the situation, hoping things will get better. It's like pigeon closing its eye when it sees the cat, thinking if I can't, the pigeon can't see the cat, cat can't see it. But that's also not the case. Also, this is probably a myth also, but avoiding hard conversation looks like that. Also, it's like me going on YouTube or going to BBC to watch some inspirational videos or read some news when I'm stressed and I'm overwhelmed. And that one is not a myth. It's really true. When I'm overwhelmed, when I'm just not in the mood, when I'm having a hard time, I would rather go to YouTube, watch some videos, inspirational videos, and just think that somehow will make things better in the future. They don't. Now, why do we do that actually? We do that for a couple of reasons. One is distraction feels good in the moment. Momentarily, it's like I'm out of this uncomfortable situation. I'm just going to focus on this, YouTube video, or I'm going to focus on not having this conversation and doing something else. We might even feel productive in the short run. We are going up the rung of a ladder, even though the ladder is leaning against the wrong wall. But hey, we went up the rung. It feels good. The second reason we probably do that is sometimes it works. Sometimes, although rarely, interpersonal problems disappear when you don't work on them. And that's the allure sometimes also that, if we hope that they will disappear. And this happens so rarely that it's not worth taking that as a strategy for relationships that we really care about. Now, what is the price we pay for this? The price we pay is, there's an example I have. I was reading about this person who did not call a friend after his friend's dad died because it was very awkward. It's very awkward to just call. What will he say? How will he start? Somehow he thought, once a week or a month is over, it'll be easier. That's the intuition. And now this person has not talked to his friend for 20 years. It was awkward in the first few weeks. It became uncomfortable after that, and now it just seems so bad that he never called. So they have not talked for 20 years. And the price we pay is some relationships just go south because we don't have that hard conversation. Some of the dreams that we have are never realized because we choose not to have that hard conversation. So the price is huge. Tim Ferriss says the amount of success or fulfillment we have is a number of uncomfortable conversations we are willing to have. It's directly proportional. And I do see that intuitively. The more uncomfortable conversation we're willing to have, the more success and fulfillment we can enjoy in life. Now, what is the lesson here? The lesson, a couple of them. Number one is make life better for your future self, not for the present self. Present self wants to just, our brain is a evolutionarily designed organ, and it just wants to chill out, doesn't want to do hard stuff. But it makes life hard for our future self. So try to make life easier for your future self by having those difficult conversations, by going through those tough times and doing some challenging things that will make life easier for your future self. The second lesson is, even if you did not need to have that conversation, sometimes those hard things disappear. Even if you didn't need to have it, but if you had such hard conversation, it will give you practice for really important hard conversation. So this could be a practice to bigger and better, harder conversations. And practice is great. It takes about 10,000 repetitions of, or howsoever number, a large number of repetitions for a skill to become a second nature. And if you have that hard conversation, even if you didn't need to, it will build the atomicity, or I think it's called automaticity, in you. The third lesson here is, and if the relationship is important enough, then it feels good to take charge. It feels good to take the driver's seat, not the back seat. And likely, this conversation take a while to come to a closure anyway. So there's no hurry. You will have this conversation, get it started. It'll take a while. And it just, in the moment and during that time, you'll feel like you're taking charge, and it feels good to take charge for relationships that really matter to you. Okay? That's all for now. In closing, I want to say the pitfall we have is in having hard conversation that somehow we think it'll be easier in the future. Don't trust that voice. Don't trust that, that intuition. It will not be easier in the future. And I've seen this in my practice. Most of the time, it is not easy in the future. It just becomes harder. Start that hard conversation now. All right. That's all for now. Take care. Bye-bye.